Hey folks, the market for mid-range smartphones is getting more and more competitive, with established players like Samsung hogging the majority of sales, but up-and-coming businesses like Nothing are also making noise. Samsung's newest mid-range device, the Galaxy A55 5G, appears to be a fantastic deal on paper. In the meantime, the Nothing Phone 2, which costs significantly less than the more expensive phones available, also places highly in our list of the best mid-range smartphones. However, between the Samsung Galaxy A55 and Nothing Phone 2, which is the better mid-range phone, this comparison guide is intended to help you understand the main distinctions between the two. Even though the two phones are in the middle of the market, their prices are not the same. Starting at £439 for 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, the Samsung Galaxy A55 may be upgraded to 256 gigs of storage for £489. This makes the Nothing Phone 2 little more costly. For a starting price of £499, you can have 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. Upgrades to 12 gigs RAM and 256 gigs storage are also available for £549 and £619, respectively. What makes the Nothing Phone 2 more costly, then? The following is a list of some significant factors. The Exynos 1480 chipset, an octa-core mid-range CPU created by Samsung, is the brains behind the Samsung Galaxy A55 5G. The Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, which was a top Android smartphone chipset in 2022, is found in the Nothing Phone 2. Without comparing the two processors side by side, it's difficult to determine which one performs better, although we believe the Snapdragon to be in the lead in this case. A few years ago, it was not only a flagship processor, but one of its cores could run at a rapid 3 GHz frequency. Even with the Galaxy S series, Samsung doesn't seem all that concerned in speeding up the charging of their smartphones. It follows that the fact that it is restricted to the standard 25 watts wired charging speeds is not shocking. With the Nothing Phone 2, things are different because it supports 45 watts wired charging, which should allow you to fully charge the cell in about 55 minutes. The Nothing Phone 2 can be charged wirelessly up to 15 watt, so as long as you have a wireless charger, you can power up your phone without using a wire. What is the best phone camera? Looking at the specs alone is not going to provide a quick solution to that issue. First of all, it's important to notice that Samsung chose a triple camera setup consisting of a 50 megapixels primary sensor, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 5 megapixels macro. In the meantime, the Nothing Phone 2 only sports a 50 megapixels primary sensor and a 50 megapixels ultra-wide camera setup. Even though the megapixel count is pleasantly high, a macro sensor is sadly absent for better close-up photos. Since there isn't much distinguishing the camera specs, we advise holding off on checking out until after our complete review to hear our final thoughts on the camera quality. Few phones have an LED-heavy appearance like the Nothing Phone 2, most have a glass or metal back, perhaps with a pop of color. Even with the phone facing down, you may use these lights as a notification system to be informed of incoming calls and messages. The appearance was incredibly appealing to us and made the Nothing Phone 2 stand out from the competition. Therefore, in terms of appearance, the option is essentially between having a more varied range of vivid colors or a distinctive LED-based warning system. I appreciate you watching this comparison. I hope you enjoy the other videos on my channel, which I've included links to in the description below. God bless you and have a good day.